Hi, so I just wanted to make like a little video about how the Artist Way is going for me. So the last time that I posted a video on the Artist Way, it was my week 3. Now after I did the week 3 part of the book, I just hit this absolute block, and it brought up so many emotions for me that I stopped absolutely everything, not just creating and posting on TikTok, but like I was just lying in bed staring at the walls. I had like nothing in my brain. It was weird because it's like I wanted to move through and process stuff and create, but like I just couldn't. It was weird. And so after like maybe 2.5 to 3 weeks of just sort of doing nothing, mostly, I've managed to move through these emotions. But I was feeling a lot of shame, a lot of embarrassment, and I was feeling guilty from week 3's tasks. But after a lot of procrastinating and thinking, I've made it onto the other side and I'm ready to get back up. So week 3 hit me differently because, so she talks about recovering a sense of power, but what really stood out to me in this week is what wasn't included. So she talks about how having a support system is really important for your healing, and I get that, but she doesn't include for people that perhaps don't have that support system in place. She talks about like, you know, who do you look up to, what are traits you aspire from people, and yeah, there wasn't a part of the book that said, so for people that perhaps don't have people they can talk to about healing, spirituality, art and that kind of stuff, there wasn't anything like that. So yeah, I felt a bit left out and embarrassed because, yeah, oh my god. So she talks a lot about support systems, but for those of us that are healing alone, you know, where does that leave us? So obviously I was looking at my life and the people I have around me, and it's not that I don't have family and friends that I can talk to. I do, but they aren't people that necessarily are into or understand spirituality, the healing process, art, you know, and when I've spoken in the past about these things, I get this look, they think I'm crazy. You know, it's like, oh, I want to be an artist, and they're like, oh, okay. You know, there's that look in their eye. They don't need to say anything, but it leaves that space for me to go into myself. But I want to just be myself, basically. This is difficult to talk. Anyway, so that really messed me up at first. I felt a lot of shame and like something was wrong with me. But now I see my solitude as a gift. My angels, the universe and my spirit guides, they've removed what doesn't serve me anymore. The people that weren't good for me, environments that weren't good for me. And I'm okay with moving through life mostly in solitude right now. A big theme that's been coming up for me is presence. I just finished reading The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. If anyone has read his books or is familiar with him, let me know what you thought of The Power of Now. Because there are lots of things that whilst I was reading it, I was like, but how do I do that? You know, so I'm still in the process of healing. But it has shifted how I think, and I'm learning that it's okay to not have it all figured out. and that healing often means not being surrounded by people. And another thing that I really struggled with week 3 was to list people that I admire. So there are people that I admire that are present in my life, like my mum and my sister and a good friend of mine. But there are traits in them that I would like to apply to myself and my life. But when she started listing people like famous poets and Houdini and stuff, like, I was thinking, okay, so I don't have necessarily many poets or artists that inspire me or that I am knowledgeable about. So I kind of started feeling like an imposter, like, oh shit, I was comparing myself, like I should have all these people that inspire me and that I use to influence my work. But, you know, so I was thinking, shit, am I not worthy, basically? But what I come to realise is that I don't need necessarily to be able to quote Shakespeare and have a list of people that, you know, I look up to make art. Like, I very much live in this bubble, and anything that I paint just comes from in here and it just flows out of me. I'm not looking to other people to inspire me, but because this is where I felt stuck, and I was like, it made me feel like, fuck, like, gosh, I'm not meant to be doing this isn't my right path or whatever. It has made me think, okay, well, I can now look outside of myself and explore and learn about artists and find people that inspire me. The people that inspire me are mostly like explorers, you know, people that go off into the wild and, you know, I don't know. There's a lady called Robin Davidson that I really like, and she wrote the book Tracks, and she travelled across the desert with camels to reach the Indian Ocean, and that was really good. Why is my voice breaking? Anyway, I basically was thinking, how can I be an artist and not have people that inspire me? So let me know if you think that's, like, weird, I don't know. But yeah, I realised my art comes from me, from my intuition, from my emotions, and I don't need Shakespeare to make something meaningful. My brush knows what to do. So I am open to learning and exploring artists and thinkers that do resonate with me, but not because I have to, because I want to grow. So yeah, week 3 brought up some stuff, but I'm back, I'm showing up, I'm moving through it all, and I'm excited for what's next. So yeah, basically after like 2 to 3 weeks of just being quiet, sitting with myself, feeling anger, feeling shame, going out into nature quite a few times and just lying in my hammock and just pondering, I think that's what I needed. Like, I was rushing through the book, trying to get the task done, trying to get to the destination, when actually I feel like you don't need to do it in the 12 weeks that is given. If it takes you 5 years, that's fine, like, because healing isn't a race and it is different for everyone. And for me, it looked like having that break so that internally my soul could process the things that were coming up, because I couldn't digest it straight away. That's the thing. So that's what I'm trying to say, is it's okay if you have to pause for however long. Don't rush it. And yeah, so now I am back up to speed and I'm going to slowly work my way through week 4. Let me know if any of you had such difficulty and needed a long break with the artist way specifically, or just in general in life, creating and moving around in this world we call Earth. Bye!